I bet I drill a clean hole in somebody today.
Combo Breaker. You guys remember at Evo, Japan, Street Fighter had like 5,000 people showed up and it was the most popular game there? Harada said that's mostly because Tekken isn't really popular in Japan. That's something that he talks about a lot and he wants to work very hard to make it more popular in Japan. And at Combo Breaker, we could kind of see what he means. In Combo Breaker, they showed us how many people were entering in the tournaments and Tekken 8 is number 1. It has 200 more people than Street Fighter 6, so that's pretty good. This actually caught Harada's attention and he says, come to think of it, I visited Chicago many times, but I never done a proper sightseeing. Can you give me recommendations on where to go? In the comment section, of course, people were trolling. Let's talk about DLC. So you guys remember Lydia was announced, right? This all reminded us of the DLC data mine that happened that said Lydia, Fakram, and Marduk were going to be added. We found the code for these characters in the game, and Lydia being confirmed made it all so much more real. At the time of this update that happened, the developers went into the game and they removed all of that stuff. Thinking, aka Shootsman, the person who's doing all of the data mining, they say they finally removed dimensions to Poland, Australia, and Thailand from the character select strings in Excel file. The player base has all kind of agreed that these 3 characters are pretty much sure to come. Even more evidence to suggest this, there's a event that's happening in October, Tiger Upper, which is in Thailand. That takes place in October, and Fakram releasing, if he's supposed to be released in winter, he would most certainly be announced or revealed at this event and then come later on in like November. And if you think back to what they did in Tekken 7, Kunimitsu followed that same trend. They showed her off at the beginning of October and then they released her at the end of November. Will that happen? All the signs are pointing to yes, but only time will tell. There was also some other stuff that was data mined. You guys may find this information cool or relevant or whatever. Pause and read however much you want, but let's keep going. Now here's where we talk about the kind of controversial things in this update. First off, I have a whole video dedicated to this. You'll see it in a couple of days, but a lot of players do not like the idea of Tekken 8 recycling old stuff from Tekken 7, Tag 2, or whatever Tekken game and selling us that content. No matter how cool you make it, no matter how shiny you polish it up, just the idea of rebuying content is not good. I mean, right now, like in order to buy everything in the store, you have to spend over $100, and the store has been active for like 2 months. So imagine how much money you would have to spend in like 2 years to buy everything. Think about all the stuff you would lose from battle passes that you don't purchase. So it's just very sticky. Players will constantly be angry about this to the end of time. Now, here comes the Lily players. They were also very angry about the Lily outfit that was added into the game. I thought the Lily players were going to see this as a big W. This outfit is iconic, not only in the Lily player base, but across Tekken. But when this outfit was added into the game, the Lily player base was immediately very disappointed. Genuinely could not write an essay on how disappointed I am about this lazy ported outfit. There's no excuse in 2024 on Unreal Engine 5 for the outfits to not look like the renders anymore. Now, this person has a multiple tweet long thread that just goes into details about how this is wrong, that's wrong, this thing isn't like this, the fabrics look a little weird, the dress is a little off, the shoes. This person really tore it to shreds. And not just this person, but all of the Lily mains jumped in. There was one person who was comparing the official outfit to a mod. You know the developers don't like mods. Players like mods, and this is why. They feel like there's more detail in the modded outfit than the official one. Here's another person who kind of is saying the same thing. What makes this worse is the mod for this dress in Tekken 8 is better. I really can't see all the differences that they're pointing out. I could definitely tell the difference with the skirt, but anything beyond that is beyond me. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because this actually got a response from Harada. An actual news article was made about this. PC Gamer has been doing a lot of good work in speaking up about the shop and the bad practices that Bandai Namco has been doing. And it's good to see them just continuing that. You know, I know we all make fun of like news articles and legacy media, but PC Gamer is the only one who's really doing a good job in covering this. Someone says, please fix Lily's default outfit. Some elements are missing in Tekken 8 classic default outfit. Her gloves, the red part on her wrist is missing. The lace of her skirt missing too. Harada says there are slight differences in the design for each numbering and how the high and game model differ. But as for the laces on the skirt, etc., somehow they're missing. I'll request a fix for the costume team. This is pretty good, right? Even though we make fun of the Lily Mains, this and that or whatever, they're doing a good job in pointing out the details that's lacking and getting it fixed. I hope this kind of attention to detail continues with other outfits, because once again, if they're going to charge us, they need to make sure what they're offering is value. Now, let's talk about the actual stuff in the game. Did you notice that the counter hit effect changed? I guess they felt it was too similar to the normal throw effect. Now when you get a big counter hit and a counter hit throw, they make the same noise. Listen to this. Now another thing that I want to mention is Brian Fury. Someone told me yesterday in the video that I missed Brian Fury, and I didn't know what at all they meant. Some people said he's buff, some people said he's nerfed. There was a few videos that I've seen where his lows is horribly broken. A lot of his moves just completely whiff if the character is turned around upside down with their legs facing towards you. You can't hit them. I thought Yoshimitsu's 4-2 counter hit launcher not breaking walls was a crazy thing. This is crazy and they need to fix it. Another discussion that's also going on is surrounding Leroy, Dragunov, Devil Jin. Dragunov and Devil Jin, although those characters were very powerful, players are starting to think like, did they over nerf them? Yes, we wanted them to be gone and not to be so powerful, but now you made them like broken shells of themselves. And in my opinion, I never want to see a character that way. I think every character should be like somewhat decent. I don't think a character should go from being the best in the game to like you just destroy everything about that character and now it's useless. And that's kind of what the developers did for Dragunov, for Devil Jin. There was a really funny tweet where someone said, "I'm about to crash out," and that's because they nerfed him to the extreme. And then if you look at the opposite side of that for Leroy Smith, they took this guy out of the dirt and they put him on Mount Olympus. Like, this guy has been made into a monster. And before the developers get really deep into balancing the game, I think this is something that we should talk about. Like, they are not changing little elements of these characters. They're going in and they're looking at characters that we're complaining about and they're completely like changing everything. If we say nerf them, they're going to destroy them. If we say buff them, they're going to make them a god. In the next update that comes in June, they said on their hit list is Lily, Yoshi, King, and there's like 2 or 3 others. I can't remember all of them, but there's a few characters who's on their hit list. And I'm just looking at what they did to Dragunov, what they did to Devil Jin, and I'm wondering like, what are you gonna do to like Victor was another one, right? Are you gonna go in and just make these characters unplayable, or are you gonna give them a love tap? I don't know. Like I said at the start, I am enjoying the update, and all of this criticism and just like confusion is more so coming from the players who are really studying these characters, studying these outfits. And the developers, they have shown that they're listening because they constantly are changing things that we're asking for. And I think it's just important to just continue asking so they can continue learning and understanding, because a lot of these things they won't know unless we tell them.